So, lads, today we are going to be talking about Unrivalled. So, hit the mute button there. Yeah, we are going to be talking about Unrivalled. We're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark's potential participation in Unrivalled. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit, what this means. And I don't know what's gone on with my computer. I've changed the language to English. It will not change from French. I don't know what has happened. It is permanently French. But let's hear. Unrivalled preparing full court press to recruit Caitlin Clark. With national TV contract under its belt, sources say Unrivalled plans to approach Clark sometime in the next several weeks. TNT, which is investing an undisclosed amount of the league, plans to show 45 regular season games. The new Unrivalled Women's League is thinking big. Caitlin Clark big. First off, agreeing an inaugural TV deal with TNT. New league will try to recruit Clark in the coming weeks. Sources with knowledge of the strategy tell Front Office Sports. The Women's 3-on-3 Basketball League, co-founded by these two, has been playing the long game with Clark. The fledgling league didn't want to rush its approach after a rookie season. They've asked Clark from the start. Like Lynn Dunn has said that. They asked Clark from the start. Said instead they wanted to let her time to recover and golf in her offseason. With the national contract under its belt, sources say Unrivalled plans to approach Clark sometime in the next several weeks. Clark doesn't need the money or 8-year deal with Nike. That's the most... By the way, that's one of the dumbest deals any athlete has ever signed. If she had waited a year and signed a, let's say, 1 year, $2 million. Instead of $3 million a year, signs 1 year, $2 million. She right now, I'm not joking, could negotiate a 5-year, $100 million contract. Like, that is how much Caitlin Clark is worth. Unrivalled's hoping to lure a financial stake. No, that's not what they're trying to do. They gave her a financial stake and a chance to play against hooping as the world's top 30 players. I'm sorry, but 2024 Courtney Vandersloot, Azurá Stevens, I think she's good, but Tiffany Hayes probably not top 30 in the world. Shakira Austin coming off an injury season. Like, there's a lot of not top 30 players in this, and you're going to be seeing a lot of, I think, like Kate Martin maybe might be a thing. And it says here, get ready for the full court press. Clark moves the TV needle for the sport more than any athlete, or for her sport more than any athlete since Tiger. Adding her ratings would be a huge boost to TNT. Which could lose NBA game rights. So that's one of the big things, is that you also have to take into account that losing the NBA game rights is huge. But if Unrivalled is doing well, it's something. They'll telecast on TNT. They led the league media rights negotiation during the 30-year stint at Turner Sports, yada yada. But it says here, WNBA, which Unrivalled president Alex Wazell has been extremely supportive of. The new league signed a $2.2 billion media rights deal with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon Prime that will start in 2026. In an interview, Levy openly fantasized what adding Caitlin Clark would mean for the Nations League. Don't know what that means. He mentioned Paige Becker's contract during 2026 and Angel Reese, and he said future editions of the league leaving Miami could cater to specific fan bases. If we're lucky enough to get Caitlin, we're going to travel. Are we going to travel to Iowa? Obviously, they're going to travel to Iowa. But, I think that this is important. And I think we need to realize this, that there's a reason why this news came out immediately after the TNT deal. Caitlin Clark is not going to be getting a stake in the league, just the same stake as the other 30 players. Caitlin Clark is not going to sign on to this league to make money for 29 other players. I don't think money is the biggest deal here with it, but whoever is her money person, she's not going to sign up to a league that she doesn't want to be in just so that she can get a stake, but an equal stake to 29 other players and a lesser stake than Stewie and Fee Collier. I think she might be the only player to get, the way they're talking about TNT's have a huge investment in the league. I think TNT might be putting in X amount of millions, but a section of those X amount of millions is going to be dependent on Clark. TNT have 100% signed a TV deal with obviously undisclosed money. They have signed a with Clark and without Clark TV deal. There's no other way about it. TNT would be so dumb to have signed, to have given them a money amount. And the league would have been incredibly dumb to have accepted a money amount if there was any chance in Caitlin Clark ever playing. The reality is that I would be 99% sure that there is a deal there. I'm just spitballing numbers. Let's just say $5 million. $5 million. Or what's the the WNBA is getting $200 million a year. Let's just say $15 million. But that rises to $30 million if Caitlin Clark's in the league. And that would be, and then that allows TNT to just say, you know what, Caitlin, we will give you $5 million to play in the league. All the other players get certain salaries. Caitlin, we will pay you $5 million to play in this league. Because, look, there is no player that is going to individually generate more than $500,000 for the league. So I think $250,000 is like what the players are going to be getting paid. So, well, a lot of players are going to be getting paid. So it's like, there's no other player that will generate over $500,000 for the league. Caitlin Clark herself will probably generate $10 million. Like, it's not saying that Caitlin Clark will draw in 20 times the viewers. It's that there will be 20 times the amount of people tuning in just to see Caitlin Clark than just to see any other individual player, if you get me. Like, let's just say there's 100,000 people that watch every single Unrivalled game. There's a baseline. 100,000 people will watch every single game. Angel Reese plays, maybe 30,000 more people come in. Maybe 40, 50,000 more people come in to watch Angel Reese. Stewie plays, maybe 20,000. Same with Fee, maybe 20, 30,000 extra people from the baseline of 100K. And then when it's like Stewie or Fee or something versus Angel, it might end up going to like 200K viewers. But you add in Caitlin Clark, there's like, instead of 30, 40K, there's 500K people that are watching just to see Caitlin Clark. So, like, that's the reality of the situation. And she would be, if they offer, like, they would have to offer realistically about $5 million for it to be even worth it for her to play. Because if they just say, oh, you're going to get paid your $250K in equity, she will make more money staying home training and just doing brand deals in her off season than she would playing in Unrivalled. And I don't know if this is going to be better for her practice. And the reality is that this league contains 2 players that have flagrantly fouled her. Or, well, sorry. I'll still stand by, I don't think the Angel Reese was intentional, but I don't think Dejanay meant to get her in the eye, but I do think Dejanay meant to smack her in the head. Like, there's a difference there. I think it looked like there was intent, but I don't know how someone can possibly get that accurate with that type of an arm swing for someone's eye. But I do think she swung for her head. Or at least swung in her direction, and had no care about whether or not she hit her or not. That's the kind of, for me, that's the best case scenario, because I've never seen somebody go in and hit, like, do the Captain Insano, like. But, yeah, that is pretty much it. I think Caitlin Clark, if we see Caitlin Clark in Unrivalled, it's because she's been paid probably more money than the rest of the league combined. Like, I think they have $3 million or $4 million or something for the rest of the players in salary. I think she would have to be paid more than the rest of the league combined. And I have a very, very strong feeling that TNT have negotiated a Caitlin Clark clause in their deal. That the reason why TNT are pushing for Caitlin Clark is, even if, let's just say, it's an extra $10 million to get Caitlin Clark. People don't realize Caitlin Clark, how much she is worth. Like, Caitlin Clark is worth 30 to 40 million for TNT. The long-term viability of this league, because it's gimmick basketball, rests on number 22 for Indiana. Paige Beckers is a draw. I could see Juju Watkins not wanting to play in this league as well. Like, I think people don't realize this. Juju is a lot more Caitlin than she is Paige Beckers. She didn't go to a power school. She started her own thing, and now players are going to come to her to play with USC. So I think they're kind of banking on, look, if you can get Caitlin, Caitlin's your best, realistically, Caitlin is your best chance of getting Juju. Like, people don't realize it, but Caitlin Clark is your best chance of getting Juju. Because the best chance of getting these players is for this to be the league. The league. And that doesn't happen without Caitlin Clark. And if you're TNT, you're probably willing to take a little bit of a financial risk because you might lose the NBA on this being a big, huge basketball league. And the reality is it does not happen without Caitlin Clark. So I don't think playing against better players and having the same equity as Azurá Stevens in a league is going to do anything for Caitlin Clark. It's going to be, I say, $3 to $5 million a year. And if she says yes, then that is a severe underpay. Caitlin Clark realistically probably could negotiate $10 million a year. And having Caitlin Clark in that league for TNT is probably worth $20 to $30 million. So anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.